Eric Burton. I'm doing my video demo for week 5. This is the final project, part 1. First 2 collections with CRUD operations and API documentation. Our 2 collections for our group are users and events. And to note, this is a group effort. We were having some challenges getting our video and audio together for the entire group, so we decided to go ahead and just do it individually. So first off, we can see here that my API, which is a volunteer management API, it is deployed on render, our URL here, so it's live in production. It's not on our local machine. For the sake of time, I'm going to focus on our users collection. The events collection works in the same way with all the CRUD operations and validation and error messages. So let's just get right to it. Let's get all of our users. And here it returned 200. Okay. And it listed our users that we have. A few users in there already. Let's search one of these users by ID. This is Eric Burton user. We'll come here. This is still a get. I'm sorry, this is a post. So let's create a new user. We'll come back to the other one. We'll call it John, and we'll just say John. We'll change some stuff there. So this is a post. Let's execute it. I expect this to be a 200, 201, and a user created successfully. We'll come back up here, execute this, and we're looking for Jane John, which is here. And we can validate that in our Mongo database. We already have some users here, but we don't have Jane John. Let's refresh it. Now we have Jane John. So you can see that it's working in our MongoDB. Now let's try to get this user just individually. This is a get. Execute. Now it brought back just Jane Doe 2. This is what we're expecting. Now let's try to do a put, which is an update. Let's get that same Jane Doe user to add their number in there. We're going to update this information. So we're going to expect it to change to Prince and Prince email. And we get a 200 user updated successfully. Go back up to our get all users. Execute. And we see that Jane Doe is now Prince and Prince email. And let's go ahead and let's send some bad data in our post. Let's just send a blank array. It should return a 400 error, which it does. Response status is 400. Request body must be a non-empty object. Let's also do a 400 error, validation error on our get users. Let's change this to an invalid number. Execute. It returns a 404 error. And finally, let's do delete to finish our CRUD operation. Let's find, I think I changed that one. Let's get a valid number. And then finally, let's delete the user. And at 200 response, successfully deleted. Come back up here. Target get all users. We see that Prince is no longer in our database. And we'll just quickly run through an event just to show that it's working as well, which is way down here. Get events. Try it out. There's our events, and let's create one event. We're going to call this auto shop clean up the shop. execute a successful response body to a 1. We come back up here to get events. We should see cleanup shop listed. Auto shop cleanup. We can double check it. Mongo events. You see we don't have it there. Refresh. There's our auto shop cleanup. And then lastly, just to check our code, we have a Swagger JSON file. In our user controller, you can see that we're using try catch for all of our routes. Event controller the same, try catch. And then lastly, contribution for my efforts on here. I focused on debugging deployment issues, course problems we had, and getting this successfully deployed to render. And I also worked to help integrate Swagger UI and the /API docs route and verified that the endpoints worked. In the live environment, Tanya, she led the development process and getting us set up and making sure that the collections had get, post, put, and delete, all the CRUD routes for handling it. Jacob, he authored the Swagger documentation for both our collections user and event endpoints, and all of us were part of testing. That concludes my demo. Thanks.